cats. I wanted to talk about, while I was eating my oatmeal, I wanted to talk about no, my oatmeal has pumpkin seeds in it, and so I'm being sure to chew, you know, crack them open. The baby cats are doing pretty good. They're very young, and so I think they were kind of weaned okay from their mothers, but they're still having to be weaned. Oh, there's the little boy. And so they're missing their mom. They're going through a hell of a lot, like right in front of my face, like because I'm a tiger. In Chinese astrology anyway, I kind of I bond with cats like really well, but I bond with all animals really well. But cats, just it's a privilege really to be able to continually study our surroundings on the earth here, and the life on it is one of the most amazing, infinitely interesting things. And but so it's this like day 5, I guess, that I've had them. And what happened was the food that I gave them right away, I should have known better, I guess, but I didn't. I just wasn't aware about how young they really are, and they are very young. I can tell they still have their baby cat eyes, but they are. See, I have experience with cats, and I know that where they are. See, I know that they can start eating, you know. Um, but these guys, particularly the female, she has a sensitive stomach, and so did the other ones. As far as this one stuff that I bought them, should have known, right? It was top dollar, even, like human food, but it's not. It's cat food, and for kittens, and but it made them violently ill. And the boy recovered really well. Um, Drinking water, and boy, they puked for like, I don't know, like for 12 hours it seemed. And how do you like this story? But anyway, it seemed like they were recovering, but she continued to fall with some diarrhea, right? And so then I noticed she stopped drinking water, kind of. And so then she got listless, and I could just tell, it's like, okay, this is not right. She needs to get water in her. She needs to hydrate. And so anyway, getting dehydrated. So I looked it up online, and it says, yeah, that's a common thing for little babies, is that they might get an upset stomach because their food is too rich or something. And then when they get diarrhea, they get dehydrated, right? So, they're telling me about all of the elixirs and stuff, like to go get the Pedialyte. And then also, the thing to use is baby food that's chicken dinner, baby food. They sell it in the store, non-GMO. That makes a lot of sense. And you water it down. I kind of knew all of that watering down stuff, but no, they're old enough to chomp on things. They're going through, the stage of like missing mom, and kind of maybe they're depressed about that maybe. Um, but see, I was kind of desperate, and I managed to find my a little baby syringe, like baby feeder thing. And as of see, she was like really getting faded before bedtime last night. I could tell, and it's like, no, I gotta catch up on this. And so I was pumping the water in her, but then I found out how to make electrolyte water at home, which is crush up some Himalaya salt, just like a couple pinches of that, or a few, and of course potassium, I guess, for added. But really, all you need is that salt and some lemon. Um, uh, or vinegar, a little bit, like a couple tablespoons. But I made a light concoction of that, and she showed improvement like immediately. But we slept overnight, and then she got up, and it was in the morning time where I could feel her. She was totally spunky and from having the electrolytes, you know. So, but I stayed up till 12, making sure she got these electrolytes. And then today, uh, ground up her food really good. I got a different food from a donation center. They're pretty good about helping us when we're kind of waiting around for our bus to come in. But anyway, so she's still really listless, you know, about just I'm only giving her water, and I'm worried about her diarrhea and everything. But you know, her brother seems to do just fine eating this concoction with water and stuff. Um, anyway, long story short, I'm just so proud that I brought her, I revived her. You know, I realized what was happening is she was getting dehydrated and she was like just fading out, and I had to stick it into her, and the water helped immensely. And then all she needed, like, no, I just gave her like little tiny, you know, little vials full of watered down venison and chicken, highly high in protein. It's good cat food. I mean, she should be able to eat it. And I gave her like 3 shots of that, and now she's just totally back to normal and um, you know, wanting to attack things and play with her brother and everything. But thanks for listening to that. I could just tell her mood. Prior to me giving her food, she was wanting to play, but of course she's hungry, and I don't know. She got that diarrhea from the first food that I tried to give her, and then now I just she, because before she was doing fine at the plate and eating herself, but now she's I don't know. They're just going through the stage of growing and trying to figure out, right? And they're stressed out, I can imagine, and they want their mommy. Anyway, back to me and my blueberry pumpkin seed oatmeal. I put a splash of coconut milk in there, really good, and so there's coconut oil and coconut milk, and a little bit of non-GMO brown sugar. I don't know if you can see her. She's totally feeling back to normal. You know, I just never had that experience before where, yeah, they get dehydrated and they can't pull themselves out of it. You have to watch out. It could kill them. You know, people that are just on their cell phone all day or something and they don't notice. Um, anyway, thanks for listening. Brother is over there on the table laying there. He eats just fine. He gets all ballooned up with his foods, and I make sure he's worried that they're dehydrating now. But no, it was just her. They have two totally different personalities. I swear to God. She, if you can see her playing right there, I don't know if you can, but she's an empath, right? She's really super sensitive. She's kind of aggressive though when she wants to be. She'll wag her tail, and she's very sensitive, you know. But and then they're going through the male female thing, like you know, little like he's just a bull. Right now he's like this balloon, man. Bull, Bat boy, come here. His name is Bat. I know I tried to tell you some names before, but he just looks too much like a bat to me to not call him Bat, and I don't mind that. He's Bat Cat, you know. Here he comes. There he is. Oh no, he's not. He's watching his sister. See, he wanted to take a nap, but then aren't I lucky that I get to do this? I can't wait till wintertime. Just shut me up and let me be with my little sweetheart. They're so young right now, you know. It's this the most adorable time to cherish, and now is the time that you handle them and you do things that if you want to brush them and do all that stuff for the rest of their lives or give them a bath or something, you should do it now regularly for like well regularly, right? And so then that's when they get totally accustomed to it, and they'll probably think there's something wrong when it doesn't happen with them. You know, but, come on, Apple, here he comes. He's about ready to attack his sister. He's heavier than his sister. I have to, watch out. He wears her out, but they do the boy and girl thing, like mimicking it in nature. She kind of just becomes submissive, and then she even starts kind of like howling, and she's like, they're just going through the motions, but it's the most adorable thing. See, I don't think that he likes that she's got her strength back or something. I don't know. I think really, how they just want to take a nap. They're growing so much. I can't imagine what cats go through as far as like a psychedelic experience with their body and getting into the superpowers. They're very tough, rough and tumble, right? The way that they handle each other and bite each other and scratch and stuff. It's like, so yeah, you have to remember that, just to mimic, to be like the mom. The mom has a rough tongue, and she strokes them around, and licks them around, and tosses them with the tongue, and they're used to that, So I was just kind of doing that with. Thanks for listening to me, you guys. I appreciate it. Some of my videos are coming from instability, and I'm not at all stable. Um, I don't know. It's bad to have worry. I guess worry all the time, and I don't because I mean, but it depends on what kind of worry it is. If it's worry about a few dimes, uh, I have to get my shite in order here, and what my excuse is. And thank you for listening to all this. Boy, that's bad lighting. Sorry about that. Um, my excuse is that, see, we're still in the last degrees of the Mercury retrograde, and then it's stationed already, and it's going to go direct, but it starts moving forward on the 27th, and this is the 26th. And I kind of knew it, I had this idea that I'm going to get PayPal, and I'm going to switch over my communications and start working on that. And it was a week ago, in the middle of the Mercury retrograde, I called them, and it was really weird. It was just so strange. It was a Mercury retrograde moment, and she had the telecommunications person had to say, since I can't hear you, I got to disconnect, and I'll try to call you back. And I knew that she wasn't going to call me back, you know what I mean? And I just let it go. I just let it go. I mean, this was like over a week ago. Even before that, see, I was thinking, wait a minute, Mercury retrograde. It feels like I'm going to wait until after it's retrograde, and so here it is. It's after it's retrograde, and the universe and my spirit guides are telling me that don't don't worry about the rush. You have done plenty. There's a lot that you have put out, in the form of this, and if anything, out of 2,000 videos, 2 minutes of each video, do the math, is worth how about $10, So maybe I'll make at least that much. I just don't need that much, to start converting into my own vibrational frequency. The eating helps for me, and having love in my life. Um, Believe me, if it's love and good intentions and good graces, that I can receive it. I do improve on it, and unfortunately, for me, it won't, and it doesn't always come in the form of money. You see, when you are receiving support from people or entities that don't really respect you, that don't really like your lifestyle, that don't really like your expressions, that can't really have your conversation. I got rid of that some years back. We kind of been shifting around since the C19 thing, but you notice it's like, well, whatever. Do you want what I offer or not? As far as the money thing, I'm trying to do a decent transaction, and really, wouldn't it be better to just have a good rapport? To me, I don't know. I made this video, and I'll try and pull it up. It's an old one. It talks about me talking about, well, of course we have transactions with our friends only. We don't do it with the enemy. We're keeping, if it's money, we keep it in the family kind of thing, or, well, I don't know, comment section down below. But I was talking about, like, over the last 300 videos, maybe kind of poking around. It's like, do you think that the human faction should have their own bubble that says, well, not, yeah, but um, we buy this kind of thing and we make sure it's healthy. We make it sure, see, it's all organized as organic can be. You know, that it promotes our health. It doesn't cause disease. That's the bottom line. See, because money, I mean, it's hard to tell what it's doing. It's the stupidest thing to listen to these fucking uncreative people talking about buying stencil type matter, but really it's not matter. It's on the computer here, and they're like, look, you can buy all of these different images, and they have these narcissists standing with big old microphones and saying, and they're all put together, every hair, and they're saying, and so with this particular program, you can do any kind of Photoshop, and it can just, and with AI, it can get you any image, and you put, and you just paste, and you don't have, some of them say like this, and you don't have to do any of the work at all. Like, particularly what trips me out is the people that use it to write a letter. They say, let AI put it together for you. It will rearrange everything, and then you just send it off, and because you have a hard time communicating. It's like, babe, if you have a hard time communicating, you don't belong trying to put something together. Put something together and then, get some practice in. Don't put a machine in front of your mouth and see. And I see more. Thank you for listening to all this. I'm trying to make it long and comical and blah, blah, blah. My oatmeal is getting cold, by the way. I see advertisements done more and more. AI voice. You see, it would be unethical, like say 70 years ago, to have a robot advertise your doctor, like your visit, your doctor visit, and anything about, there was a doctor-patient relationship that was obliterated in 1932 when the Harrison Act was passed. So that kind of took care of the rest of the doctor-patient relationship, if there ever was one, where you go in and say, oh, hi, and you've been the family doctor, and also the right drugs were there. Boy,